The Hyundai Veloster N is a 2019 automobile all-star. How? The Veloster N was a surprise favorite of this year's All-Stars competition. Its inclusion was that many of our editors got their first ever taste of the N on the streets of Willow, where the hard-charging hatchback proved to be a hoot. So, Editor-at-Large Arthur Street. Antoine wasn't. It was natural the Veloster N should attract comparisons to a much-loved member of the All-Stars class of 2018. Most agreed Indeed, the Veloster N, swimming among sharks like the End, reminded us that big thrills don't have to cost big money. Even with the The Veloster N's range of customizable driving modes was a frequent topic of discussion. Along with the usual, still, with all it had going for it, few editors expected the Veloster N to float to the top, but when we tallied the votes, that's exactly what happened. This 2019 Automobile All-Stars.
Raindrop, drip, drop top, top smoking, no cooking, the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that.